Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Recently I've received a lot of questions from you guys asking what affinity is or how these stats actually work. Honestly, looking at this stat sheet, things can look pretty confusing if explained with standard theory. So today I'm making this video to explain the basic stats and specifically the damage calculation mechanism in my own way. Extremely short and easy to understand for you guys. First off, when your character deals damage, you'll see damage numbers pop up in different colors, and they represent gray, abrasion, the weakest damage, white, precision, normal damage, yellow, crit, strong damage, golden, affinity, very strong damage. This is my current character stat sheet. As you can see, physical attack is between 366 and 817, and 366 is the min physical attack, and 817 is the max physical attack. Precision is at 81%. This corresponds to an 81% chance of dealing white damage randomly between 366 and 817, and a 19% chance of dealing gray damage, also known as abrasion. This reduces the random damage within that range by 50%. Crit doesn't need much explanation. It's a 20% chance to multiply the damage in that range by 50%. Note that in this game, this stat is capped at 80%. Affinity rate, 14%. This is the most important one. It multiplies 35% of your max physical attack directly, in this case 817, without needing to roll for a random value within the range. This stat is capped at 40%. So do you get it now? Affinity is the highest possible damage we can achieve. So the question is, when is affinity triggered? It's simple like this. When we land a hit, the game calculates if it's precision or not. If yes, the game continues to calculate the chance for crit or affinity. If not precision, meaning abrasion, the game still calculates the chance for affinity. So no matter what our precision is, there's always a chance to deal affinity damage. That is why in all my DPS build guides, I focus my gear and inner arcs heavily on affinity. Alright, now that we understand the damage types, let's look at the basic attributes for a bit to know how to tune your gear. The lines you get when tuning are based on these 5 basic attributes. Prioritize the attribute that fits the role you want to play. Body gives us max HP. Power increases physical attack both min and max. Defense increases physical defense and a bit of HP. Agility increases crit rate and min physical attack. Momentum increases affinity rate and max physical attack. The lines below don't need much explanation. There's only one other type to mention, the path attributes. The game divides these into basic paths corresponding to different martial arts sets. For example, I am currently using Strategic Sword and Heaven Quaker Spear, and they belong to the Bell Strike path, so I focus on the Bell Strike attack stat. You can check which path your martial arts belong to so you can choose the right stats. We get bonus damage when using the correct martial arts for that path. One important tip here is, in the arsenal section, we can also select our path to get extra damage for that specific path. Don't forget this. I probably don't need to say anything more about the stats section below because it's quite self-explanatory, right? So for a DPS player like me, my habit when tuning gear is always to prioritize power, agility, and momentum, as well as their extended stats like max physical attack and path attack. I try to hit the 80% cap for crit rate and aim for 40% affinity rate. Currently, gold gear isn't unlocked yet, so you don't need to worry too much about stats right now, but once we hit level 61, gold gear will become available, and that is when tuning the right stats becomes crucial. Next is the exploration attribute section. These stats are obtained through in-game activities like mini-games with NPCs, catching oddies, or solving Mew Mew puzzles on the map. So what are they for? Look over here, we have a separate skill tree dedicated to solo exploration content. These are small buffs that make the world exploration experience much easier, typically like this skill that reveals loot chests right on the minimap. Each skill requires a specific amount of exploration attribute to activate. You can track this and uprate it yourself. To summarize, understanding affinity and making good use of exploration attributes will help you have a much better gaming experience. If you found this guide helpful, please remember to like and subscribe to that channel so you don't miss out on future content. Thank you everyone for watching, goodbye and see you in the next one.